Greetings internet, it's Monica and today is the start of a new weekend reading vlog. It is Friday, October something, and yeah, I'm really excited. Today I am about to head out. I'm going to a used bookstore with my niece. There is apparently an indie bookstore in this area. I'm in Pennsylvania right now, by the way. There's apparently a used bookstore that has a cat, and I love books and I love cats, so I'm excited. But yeah, I thought I would walk through the books that I am planning on reading this weekend. So the first one is, of course, Wayward Son by Rowell. I can't believe this is taking me so long to get through. Not that it's like dense or anything, I just am being a bad reader and not reading as much as I should be. So, but I am loving this so much so far. This is actually my second copy. This is from Book of the Month, who I am super excited to be working with on this video because if you guys don't know, I love Book of the Month. I've loved them for years. I've been a subscriber of the service and I've talked about them for so long. I just adore them a lot. And I'm so excited to be working with them for this video because they recently launched a YA version of their subscription service. If you are not familiar with Book of the Month, they've been around for so long. They're like the original book subscription service, and they enable you to get one book every month at a super discounted rate if you are a subscriber, which I think is amazing. And I really credit them with enabling me to read a lot more literary fiction because a lot of those books tend to be very expensive, and also I never really know what to pick. So I've definitely read a lot of their literary picks over the years from the original subscription service, and I'm so excited that they launched this YA version of the service now. So the other book that I'm planning on picking up is Fireborne by rosaria munda, and this is a book that I actually hadn't heard of until I got it in the box that they sent me. And when I looked it up, I was really excited because someone compared the, I think, two main characters in here to Hermione Granger and Aegon Targaryen, and I'm like, I'm into that. I'm intrigued. So this one also has, like, I feel like I haven't heard anything about it, but all the reviews for it are really, really positive. This takes place in a post-revolution world, and there are these people who are dragon riders, and our two main characters are both orphans, and they're like really famous dragon riders in this world, and I think it's like the beginning of a new revolution or something. But again, I've heard really good things about it, and I love going into fantasies that don't have a ton of buzz yet, that are like early on before the hype gets real. So I'm really excited to give this one a shot. And then I guess since we're here, I will talk through the other picks for this month. The first one is Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett. This is a YA contemporary that I'm super intrigued for. Basically, this follows a girl who is HIV positive, and she's starting a new school, and she is kind of wanting to keep that secret because at her last school, when this information got out, she was intensely bullied and ostracized. So I'm really intrigued for this one, and it follows her like just over the course of the year. I think someone like finds out her secret and is threatening to tell people about it. And I've never read, I think, a YA book set from the perspective of someone who is HIV positive, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. And then, of course, I'm so excited that The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh was in here because I loved this book. I just read it and really enjoyed it. It is a YA paranormal romance. Obviously, it's YA. These are all YA. It is a paranormal romance story set in New Orleans, historical New Orleans, I think like the 1800s. And it has vampires, and I love it. It's like Twilight, but diverse and so much better. I loved it. It was amazing. And then the last one is The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys, and I feel like I've never read a Ruta Sepetys book, but I feel like people love her. She's like one of the like big names in historical fiction, and this one I'm super intrigued for because it is set in 1950s Madrid right after the Spanish Civil War, and it sort of explores the two sides of Spain, of people in Spain, the tourists and the Spain that they see, and then the people who actually live in Spain. So I'm excited for all of these and excited to have all of them. So thank you, Book of the Month, for sponsoring this video. And now I'm going to head out with my niece and go to a bookstore and meet a cat. Hopefully the cat's there. It'll be really disappointing if the cat's not there. So I'm with my niece. There she is. And just went to the bookstore. I bought Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. It was very cute. The people there were super nice and gave lots of book recommendations. And the street, there was a cat. She spent the whole time petting the cat. But yeah, and the street's so cute. So now we're heading to the thrift store, and I'm hoping to get something denim because I just got some fabric paint and I want to do some crafting. So yeah, let's see. I think I'm getting these two things. Hello, so we just got home and I thought I'd do a quick haul of what I picked up today. First of all, I got Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, which is a book that I have heard such good things about over years and years. People have just recommended this book so many times to me, and it's like a classic in the romance world from my understanding, and I think it's supposed to be suspenseful and stuff. At least that's what the cover says. So I'm excited for this. I also am kind of into this super retro cover. I'm into it. I'm digging it. And then let me put you down. I got this jacket that I'm into. It is 100% wool, so really high quality and will keep me nice and warm in the autumn. And then this bag, which I just really like the what is this called, pattern material. I feel like it's really popular right now, this texture. So yeah, I like this. I actually like this as an outfit, this whole thing right here. I feel like this is a mood, a whole aesthetic right here. So yeah, that's what I picked up today, and now I think we're gonna go eat some dinner, which I'm excited for because my mom made her famous vegetable soup, which is my favorite soup in the whole world. So yeah, I'm gonna go have some of that. And my mom made her vegetable soup. It's my fave. Also, I changed into this sweatshirt that was sent over to me by the lovely people over at My Oh My Supply, so I will link them down below. They are just very, very nice, and I love a Jonas Brothers reference. There's my niece. Hello, it is 1 a.m. and I cannot sleep. So while other booktubers do coffee intervals, I got a bottle of wine. This was supposed to help me fall asleep, but I'm getting very close to the end of this book and I'm very stressed. What time is it? 3:30 a.m. There are very few pages left in this book right now, and I am very happy that Rainbow has already announced that there's book 3, because if she had not, I would be losing my damn mind. I'm already losing my damn mind. I need you to know that if it wasn't 4:30 a.m. in the morning, I would be screaming. I am broken as a person, as a soul. I am just demolished. I thought that I had mentally prepared myself for whatever ending that Rainbow gave us. I was like, I am ready. Bring it on. I was not ready. I was not prepared. The thing that boggles my mind is that there are people that finished this. I am a slow reader, and so luckily I know that there is a 3rd book coming out, but there are people who finished this book before that announcement. And if you are one of those people, How did you not just like combust? And also, I am so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try and get some sleep because, who am I kidding? I'm not sleeping. I am so wired. I'm just, I cannot. Found pumpkins! Yay! Love pumpkin season. Mom's getting those apple cider donuts. Hi, Sandy. Come to the grocery store with my mom and my sister. They got a big old pumpkin. I got a little baby one though. Also, it's a little bit more awkward filming, vlogging in public in a small town. Still doing it though. Doesn't my mom look so autumnal? I've made her come outside to take a photo of me.
Don't take a picture, I look like it.
It's a video. Hi.
Hi yourself. Let's go. Whole body or just the top?
Just the top part.
Oops.
Alright, let me see. Thanks, Mom. I've made my mom a photographer. I feel like you've gotten very good at photography over the past like couple of years. Yeah?
If you say so.
Greetings, friends. So it is a little bit later in the day. Spent today watching Halloween Town, Monsters Inc., and then a bit of Moana, and now I am reading more of Fireborne, which I'm really liking. This is what I would describe it as. Basically, like, if you know the ending of the Hunger Games, like imagine if you haven't read the Hunger Games, this is a spoiler for the third book, so maybe skip ahead. But imagine if Katniss hadn't killed the revolution leader, and like that person, I forget her name, but if she had been in power, like that's kind of the world that this book is set in, where it's a revolution for the good, but its leaders still seem to be to have not the greatest of intentions. And then you have Lee and Annie, who Lee is the son of the former king, who is like sort of pretending that he is a commoner, and he is like on board with a lot of the reforms. Like he sees like the bad parts of the old regime, even though he is like obviously heartbroken that his entire family was murdered. So he's like dealing with all of that. And then you have Annie, who comes from like a former serf family, and they're like best friends, grew up together in an orphanage. Kind of gives me Shadow and Bone vibes because of that, but I really like it so far. Like it's very political. I love the like school setting of these like dragon riders and sort of the hierarchy in the world of it that the author is building. I will say my one critique is that I feel like the perspectives, because you read from both Annie and Lee's perspectives, they don't read quite differently enough, where sometimes I forget what perspective I'm reading from. That's like my one thing, is I kind of wish the voices were a bit more distinct, but it is a debut and I think it's a really brilliant debut so far. So I'm really liking it. I'm like 100 pages in right now and I think it's good. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It is Saturday night, and tomorrow I think we're gonna do a few like cute autumnal things. I'm definitely hoping to get pretty far into Fireborne this weekend. I'm actually watching Zoe posted this like real-time read with me video, and it's been very helpful. I've been reading along with her, loving my book, loving this experience. Thanks, Zoe. I'm here with my sister and my mother. We've come to check out some waterfalls. No idea where they are. Wasn't expecting this to be like as big of a thing as it is, so we'll see. I forgot my vlogging camera, so sorry for the drastic change in quality. Hello. Okay, so update on life. Apparently it costs like $17 to do the trail to the falls. Also, there's like a trail to the falls. My mom would not be able to do that. So instead we took some pretty autumnal photos with the trees, which was still lovely. I went to school up in Ithaca and I'm just so used to like, you just drive up to a waterfall. So that is not the case here. Lesson learned. Hello, just changed in the car to outfit number 2 of the day. So and now we're getting funnel cake. Found another bear. This like cute country store sells like random country things. I don't know, but apparently there's like this whole candy. There's this whole like bulk candy section, which is wild. I'm just now noticing this giant gumball machine, which has a 25-cent thing, so I think it's actually like a working one. Wild. I feel like this cup really matches my aesthetic today. Hello friends, just got home, back vlogging on my vlogging camera. Today was nice. It was nice just to get out and explore with my family. I got some nice like photos of my sister and my mom, which I haven't done in years, so that was just nice to have so I can like print those out and stuff. But yeah, that was my day today. I think now I'm just going to read more of Fireborne because I got a little bit further into it last night and I'm really enjoying it. And it's just like, there's so much like internal conflict and I don't know what I want these characters to do. Like I thought I did, but now I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to read a bit more of that and see you in a bit. Hello pals. So it is the next day and I thought it was a good time to just wrap up this past reading vlog. I'm actually really happy with this like past weekend's reading, happier than I've been in a while with my reading. So of course, first of all, I finished Wayward Son. I was halfway through this already when I started this reading vlog, so I finished this one up. Absolutely adored it. It left me totally just like floored and distraught and excited, and I fell even more in love with all of these characters and this world, and everything Rainbow is saying in these books I think is so genius and smart, just about like chosen one stories and trauma and dealing with trauma. That's such a huge part of this book, and it's still somehow like hilarious and so fun while also being so heartbreaking and beautiful. So I just loved this so much and I'm so happy that I read it, and I'm also really happy that I read it after she announced the 3rd book because that would have been real rough. And then started and finished Fireborne by Rosaria Munda. This was a total surprise for me. I had no intention of actually reading it during this reading vlog. Something about it just like called to me, and honestly it's been such a long time since I like started a new book that had like no hype around it, where I had zero preconceived notions and just fell in love with the story. So this was a really awesome reading experience for me, just because it was one of those few times I actually got to do that. And again, I really enjoyed this one. I loved how throughout the entire book I was constantly second guessing like every single character, all of their motives. Like there was no such thing as like a good side and an evil side. Like people did evil things and there were definitely evil societies, but at the same time like everything is such like a gray area, and I think like at its core this is just like a really good like evisceration of like capitalism and I really liked that, and I just loved these characters and I loved all the ways that they interacted. Like obviously there were some things I didn't love. The 2 voices I think got a little bit more distinct by the end, but they're still very similar, and this is not really a fair comparison, but it was just very stark after reading Wayward Son, where every single voice is so distinct. So it's a longer YA fantasy, but I kind of wanted a little bit more world building, and I also kind of wish that they had been aged up a few years. Like, it was just, you know, because they're 16 in this book, and part of me likes it because I think so much about this book is really about like adults not really getting things right, and so part of me likes that they're younger, but at the same time, like, there are scenes from when they're young that I kind of just felt like when they're really young, like 8 years old, I like kind of wish they were a little bit older during those scenes or something, just because, like, I don't know, maybe I just have a really bad memory, but I don't remember a lot from when I was 8 years old, and like these people are remembering entire languages. So that was one thing that like I didn't love about it, but overall I did really like this one. I would compare it kind of to like the Hunger Games, Ember in the Ashes, in that it's very intense, very twisty, and the Hunger Games in a lot of like what it is critiquing in society, and I really liked that, and how it's very much so it's not an easy, there are no easy answers in this book, and like every time a character had to make a choice, I was like, I don't know what I want you to choose. Usually I'm rooting for what I want the character to do. In this book, there was no such thing as a good choice. Like, every choice was bad, and that was really interesting and fun to read. So yeah, I really enjoyed this reading experience. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you again to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!